What is the status of the school?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. What is the status? That's a good question, and it's tough because family is the source of everybody's trauma. That's what you call a traitor. The hip hop community has betrayed Black America. You're looking for a way not to have to engage the negative elements because you ain't got the courage to step to them and shut that down. And that's what's happening in hip hop.
You walked yourself in that corner because then you said,
I'm holding the entire culture accountable for letting it go on.
Pop, fatherless black boys ain't hip.
Bullshit.
Your job.
Bullshit.
That is your job.
Oh,
you can't
so
put that on hip hop.
And making all this money and not using none of it to help the bulls.
You listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
I'm leaving.
What is the status of the school?
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. What is the status of the school? Well, tomorrow morning I got to meet with a door contractor. I want to get some new doors. The doors we got are good. You know, they're secure, but they're old. And since the school is 15 years old, physically the school is 15 years old. We've had it for 5 of those 15. I want to give it a fresh look. So I want fresh doors. We got another paint job, another layer of paint. We got some floors to cover up. Once we cover up the floors, put that other layer of paint, it's time for inspection. We're at the finish line. So I hope to be applying for the inspection before summer ends. And some might say, why not next week? Something always comes up every time you're at the finish line. Something always comes. Some little fix this, you know. But we right there, you know. So my thing is, let's get the building permitted before the end of the summer so we can have a grand opening probably for Kwanzaa. But we're going to start educating the children next summer, though, because we need time to get ready. We can't do it that fast.
Sure.
But we right there. We dancing around the finish line. And, you know, people always ask me, so what's going to be the date? I can't give a date. I done had like 6 dates, and I violate every date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one thing this has taught me, when you institution building, don't give out no dates till the institution done. The biggest mistake I made was I thought I could predict. Nah, wait till you completely done and then give out a date. But we right there at the finish line. Floors and doors, and floors, walls, and doors, and we done.
Before you move on from the school, quickly, what's going to be your role? Because I know that you're all over the world. You're speaking to many people.
Listen, the more subscribers we have, the better the guests get. So please hit subscribe. Let's get back into the show.
I'm going to be the principal.
Okay, so you're actually going to be there?
I won't be able to travel as much. Yeah, I'm physically there. Because you got to remember, we're going to be tuition based.
Yeah.
You know, and so when people send their children to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, they assuming that they're going to get to experience Dr.Umar in the flesh.
Yeah.
So if I'm not there, number one, that's dangerous because I'm not sure my teachers are teaching. You follow me?
Yep.
And number two, they don't really get the Ifa Tunde experience, right? So I'm going to be the principal, and I'm also going to be the history teacher.
And is that going to be your plan for like a long time, or are you going to kind of do that? And
as
then
schools come, as we get more schools, I'm going to have to fall back, and I'm going to be more of a superintendent than the principal. You follow? But I still plan to be the history teacher, even if I have to do so virtually.
How about psychology? Would you be involved in that as well? Because I know.
Well, I probably will be the school psychologist as well, although we will not have a bona fide special ed program. We will have programs for disabled children, but special ed is federal, which means that's public dollars. We don't take public dollars, so we will not have a public special ed program.
Got you. Thank you. Okay.
What's your views on religion in school?
Well, we will have, one of our bona fide curriculums will be African spirituality. You don't have to practice it, but you must study it. So if you say, I want my son to go to FDMG, but he cannot learn about the ancestors, he cannot learn about the way African people worship God, he can't come to the school. No child is exempt from any aspect of the curriculum. And the reason I'm bringing this up is good. I'm glad you asked the question, because I've had supporters who intend to send their children to the school, but they want to exempt them from the African spirituality curriculum. Can't happen. They don't have to practice. They don't have to pour libation, but they must know why we do it. You follow me? Yeah. They have to get the instruction, but they don't have to participate in the practice. I had one father, he's a big supporter. He said, Dr. Umar, I'm a Christian. I cannot allow my son to learn anything about African spirituality. I said, well, he won't be able to come to the school. I said, it's a shame, and you need to check your hypocrisy. He said, what do you mean? I said, your son go to a public school, right? He said, yeah. They're being taught to worship white people. They're being taught about homosexuality and transgenderism. Yeah. They're being taught that African people can achieve nothing in the world. They're being special educated, medicated, mistreated. You was okay with all that. Look, you was okay with all that. but you're not okay with them learning about how their ancestors worship God, a system you know nothing about. He had to pause and step back.
Yeah.
He probably still not going to send him to the school, but I just want him to see the hypocrisy of a black man telling a black man, your son can't come to my school because you don't want them to learn about African spirituality when he goes to a school where he's taught everything about demonology.
So would you be okay with sending your child to a school, and hypothetically, in that same situation where, let's say, like, you really want to send your child to this school, but they teach whatever it is, the homosexuality, whatever it is. Are you okay with that, or would you actually want that your child to be exempt from learning those things?
Well, are we comparing homosexuality with African spirituality?
No. I don't want to compare it. I'm just using that because that's the example that you brought up. But you
Right.
take away that stuff. Let's say it was a Christian
Okay.
school that you really wanted to send your
Okay.
child to, but you wanted them exempt. Like, would you be okay with them being like, you're
Is it
not?
a Pan-Africanist Christian academy? Because if it is a Pan-Africanist Christian academy, I know God gonna look like my children. So although I may not necessarily agree with some of the religious beliefs, I can tolerate it because at least I know they won't be taught self-hate through the imagery.
Got you.
Yeah.